Hello.
What are you looking at?
I'm waiting for you to say something loud.
What? Why would you even say that? Why would you say such a thing? What's happening, everybody?
Hello.
How's it going? You might notice there's some changes going on behind us. Now, for those of you, by the way, I'm Katy. This is Vikki, aka Victoria when she wants to be taken seriously, aka I don't know, I don't have anything funny to say, aka my fiance. Welcome to the show. But if you were watching last week, you were here when Teresa dropped a huge bomb and let it be known that she had never seen the original Ghostbusters. And I was so enraged, full of rage, that I went complete and total destruction.
Scorched earth.
Ripped her headshot off the wall, threw it across the room, and it went over the loft wall downstairs, smashed to the pieces on the ground. And I couldn't stop my rampage there, and I ripped everything else apart in my office, like Hulk style. So, Teresa, you're out. Okay. All right. That's what you get. That's what you get.
That's what you get.
That's what you get. Anyway, just kidding, guys. Anyway, no, I'm actually redoing everything. We're in the middle. Like, how do you feel about the state of our home at the moment?
Oh, I have such anxiety. You have no idea. We're living in a world of chaos right now because, okay, so for those of you that know us, we do 6 Christmas trees a year, right? So we do a lot of Christmas trees. We do a lot of outdoor decorations. Christmas is my jam, right? So I have so much Christmas decor, and it takes a good 3 to 4 trips from the storage unit in the 7-passenger SUV to fill everything, to bring it into the house.
Yep.
And then it takes a good 3 or 4 days solid of setup, indoor and out. Indoor and out. So it looks like crap everywhere. We've got piles of stacks of boxes and glitter and shit in every room right now.
But if you remember, like right over here, there's usually like a I don't even know what kind of shelving thing you would call it. Sort of like an A-frame. Yeah, but it's at an angle, so sort of Christmas tree-y. And at Christmas time, we take it downstairs, and that's what we put our Christmas village on. But it doesn't really do a great job of holding like my stuff, my collectibles and everything. So I figured like this year I wanted to get a new, what's with the sign?
Nothing.
What?
I'm just looking at all the stuff everywhere.
Oh, anyway, this year I've been wanting to get a new shelf set up in my office so I can better reorganize everything. And of course, the best time to do it would be when I have to take that other shelf down. So not only is the rest of the house destroyed, my office is destroyed. There's stuff everywhere, and it's a huge mess, and it's ridiculous. And sometimes
I'm tripping over boxes and crap, walking up the stairs, down the stairs. It's a mess.
It is, and I hate it too. I don't like it when it's like, when you're in the middle of a project and it's like you're at the halfway point where there's no return, and you just wish you never started. That's kind of where we're at right now. But we got to get it done. I got all the outdoor decorations done yesterday. Today, I think next I'm going to be setting up the Christmas village. We're almost done with all the stuff with the rest of the house, and then I can get my office in order. But man,
it's a lot.
Ridiculous. So it's a lot. Yeah, but with the different shelves going up and the way I'm rearranging stuff, I had to completely figure out what I'm doing with the wall art.
It's true. As Teresa says, we survived the Reseller remix boxes stacked in our living room for several months, taking up like so much room. So we got this. Speaking of the Reseller remix, breaking news. We've got 2 things that have to do with the Boss Group and the Reseller remix in general. First, if you are watching today, you are of the first to know, because we sort of slyly almost announced it yesterday by posting something. But the dates for the Reseller remix 2022 are booked and have been announced. And are they on the website? Did you put it on the website?
I didn't put it on the website yet. We were doing a slow rollout. We announced it in our Bots Reseller Remix Facebook group. That's only the people who actually attended this year. So we basically changed the cover art. So it did pop up in a post. So those people do know about it. But no,
if they happen to notice it.
It comes up in a post. So
I know. That's why a few people noticed it.
I think just about everybody saw it. But anyway, so no, we haven't been widely spreading the news because we're not really in promo mode yet.
Not yet.
But we are going to go ahead and tell people. So if you have been thinking about attending, you want to attend this next year, you can at least save the date. And so the dates are going to be October 10th through the 13th. Now, you might notice that it looks like we have an extra day that we didn't have in the first year. That's just because we're including the meet and greet as the official dates, because we want to make sure anyone who's deciding to come schedules the right times to be here. So that Monday night, October 10th of 2022, will be the meet and greet. And then the actual event itself will be the 11th, 12th, and 13th.
Very similar format to this year. Obviously, we'll be tweaking some details, and we'll let you know what those are as we get closer. But right now, save the date.
Because one of the things you can do is you can pay attention to what's going on with the different hotels. And first of all, it's going to be in the same location. Again, we're not putting all this information out there. It's going to be, I'll be updating the website eventually over the next few weeks. But just so you know, it's going to be in the same place at the Blind Center. So of course, the best place to stay again is going to be downtown Las Vegas, the Fremont area. So it's always a good idea to pay attention to what's going on with those hotels, because a lot of times they have deals going all the time, and you can reserve rooms. I mean, do you have to pay anything or to reserve your rooms, or do you have to pay like a small
I think
deposit?
it's one. I think they charge one night, and it is fully refundable.
Fully refundable. So
up to like 3 days before the date.
Different deals do come up. Like right now, the Golden Nugget has a deal that I think ends on like the beginning of December. So it's just a good way to kind of make your plans early, or start seriously saving if you really want to go next year, but you are worried about funding.
Yeah, I was just going to say, if you can put aside the profits from one sale a week between now and then, or a couple of sales a week, $25 to $30 a week, you'll get yourself covered for hotel and ticket and airfare, depending on where you're coming from. Maybe $25, $50 a week if you want to have extra gambling money and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's really not necessarily going to break the bank. Yes, it is an expense, but it is an expense you can write off. It's a business expense.
Absolutely.
So we're not going to talk about that a million times every day until then. So just wanted to let you guys know to save the date. And then we have a second thing.
I'm trying to signal you. I have one more thing I want to say about it. The one more thing I wanted to say is, for those of you who did attend this year, and we have said this, we just want to make sure everybody hears us. For those of you that attended the first year, just know when the tickets do go on sale, which won't be until like the spring or summer of this next year, you will have ample time ahead of time, and probably about like a 48-hour window where you will be able to get your tickets first. So you don't have to worry about them selling out for those of you who came the first time. So just pay attention, but we will make plenty of announcements about that leading up to it. Nobody's going to not hear about when it's happening. So
at Linda, we may have a couple of extra t-shirts. I'll take a look. The t-shirts were specifically ordered by size when you registered. We did not buy like thousands of t-shirts in random sizes. We ordered them specifically based on the registration sizes you submitted when you purchased your ticket. So we do not have a lot of extras, but we did have a couple.
Handful.
We have a handful.
Send me an email. My email's down below, aboutiqueforhim@gmail.com. Send me an email and tell me what your size is, and I'll see if I have one, but because I only have a couple. So anyway, so what's the other announcement?
The other announcement is we're going to have a link down below as well, but it was something that Teresa announced at the Reseller Remix. And we've talked about it a little bit since then, because we want a way for all of us to connect and see each other in person or virtually, see each other virtually, I should say. Teresa came up with an idea for us to expand our boss branding and our Reseller Remix type of branding. A lot of people that attended love having that in-person connection and that visual connection with one another, but they don't necessarily have a meetup local to them. And they may not want to create one themselves, or some people live, out in the boonies and it's a 3-hour drive to go to a meetup. And I get that. So what we've done is we've created Teresa has created a specific boss Facebook group for meetups. So we can do virtual meetups.
Boss Virtual Meetup Group. It's through the Seller Events thing on eBay.
Sorry, I said Facebook. I didn't mean Facebook. Yeah. Anyway, so it's the Boss Virtual Meetup Group, and we're going to do a monthly meetup where we will talk about certain topics. We'll do it in a Zoom format. So people from all over the country and other countries can join us and feel a little bit more connected.
So there is a link down below that you need to be logged into your eBay account, and then click on this link down below for the Boss Virtual Meetup Group. When you go to that area on the website, it'll ask you what region you want to look at. And it's technically in the Southwest region, but it doesn't matter. You don't have to live in the Southwest to join it.
Yep, you can live anywhere.
Yeah.
And exactly, it's because we want to be able to, talk to one another. So,
so Allison, so as far as like spouse tickets, spouses definitely can go to the meet and greet because that we have plenty of space for that. The only issue with the closing party is that there is a limit to capacity.
There is a capacity limit for all of the events and the closing party. We did have a few extra tickets because we were not at capacity this year that we sold for +1s for the party itself, the closing party. So
next year,
I'm going to say next year we probably will not have that as an option at all. But they're always going to be welcome to come to the meet and greet portion. I think there's probably a sure chance that we're going to sell out this year, and there's going to be a capacity issue, so we will not be able to sell +1s.
But the meet and greet, all the after hours stuff all that stuff for anyone who doesn't have a ticket will be. You
can bring your friends. Who cares? Yeah, it's
who cares? No big deal. Who cares?
Fremont Street or the big room that we rented for our meet and greet the first night has a much larger capacity availability than the actual event center. I believe it holds like 700 or something. So,
Courtney, the virtual meetup is not just for people who actually attended the remix. Okay.
Yep. Virtual meetup is for anyone and
anybody. And so Teresa had said in the chat that there's not going to be a special Facebook group for the virtual meetup. It's just going to be the Boss Facebook group. So if you're a member of the Boss Facebook group, you're going to see any announcements about it or talk about it. It's just kind of, we're connecting it to the remix in the sense that we want all those people to stay connected and be a part of this meetup, and anybody else that
we just happen to announce it to the remix attendees.
Consider it like where Vikki was talking about the whole Boss branding. Consider it all part of the same. It's an umbrella over the same thing. So we've got the Boss Facebook group that's been around for 4 years now. We've got the remix, which is the in-person event, and now we have the virtual meetup group. And all of those things are part of Boss. The remix is just the actual in-person event that some people get tickets to go to.
That's it. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Teresa's going to announce it tomorrow in Boss. All right. So that's all I think for our announcements. And Teresa, we'll see if you end up back on the wall. I don't know.
Ooh.
I don't know.
She's skating on thin ice.
I'll think about it. Okay, so this is our weekly show that we do, the Sunday Live Haul. We break it up into 3 parts. First part, we look at our real numbers for this last week, which are looking pretty good. You had an amazing week. Looks like hard goods are really working for you. I had
back to the hard goods. I need the mix in my stores for sure.
I had a good week based on past sales, but I am I'm just kind of doing okay. Like I still broke 3,000. And then in the middle part of our show, we look at our sales highlights for the last week, some of the cool stuff that we sold. You flipped some stuff quick. You're apparently getting more hard goods is something you should have been focusing on, and now you need to double down on that because it is seriously.
I just only have so many hours in the week. I need another crystal. Can someone volunteer for that job? I pay
volunteer.
Well.
That's not
volunteering. No, it's not volunteering. I meant someone.
I hear you.
Volunteer to be trained by Crystal and live local and do what she does, and I pay well, and I need another person. Yeah.
And then the last part of our show is our actual haul. You have some stuff that you're kind of doing unboxing. You already opened the boxes, but
I opened the box because I wanted to make sure that I couldn't do both boxes because it was a lot of stuff. I wanted to make sure I wanted to condense it, and so I haven't gone through it in detail at all. So even though I do sort of know what's in there, you guys don't. So
yeah, so she's gonna be kind of doing an unboxing of stuff that she bulk buy that she did. And then I did a really big yesterday's fits bulk buy earlier in this week. And I didn't even show it to Vikki. So she's not even going to know.
I won't be totally bored.
She's so rude.
Just so you know, usually when we're doing this and she's showing me stuff, I've already seen it. Yeah. Because she does the show.
And I've already seen your stuff, but I pretend to be interested because I'm a good pretender. Okay. You're not good at it.
Sort of.
Yeah. I am, and I ask questions, and I make comments, and I point at things, and I have expressions on my face, and I don't look at my phone. Just saying.
So I just wanted to say one more thing before we get into the numbers. I was able this morning to meet with a friend of mine. We talk about in the Boss group, and we talked about at our reseller event, we talked about the power of community and inclusion and getting together and building a community within a community. And that's something that we've been working toward and doing for the past 4 years. And these meetups virtual and in person are just an extension of that. But I just wanted to make a quick note. I joined eBay as a seller well over 20 years ago. And
Wait, how old are you?
Shut up. And what I did was I had met a group of 7 or 8 people through the old message boards that eBay used to have, the power seller board and that message boards. Those of you that have been doing this a long time, they understand they were message boards that kind of like the community board now. I mean, it hasn't changed a heck of a lot because nobody uses it anymore. But it used to be by groups and segments and the types of things that you sold and whatnot. I learned a lot that way, but I also met a group of people that I consider some of my closest friends. And we've watched each other. We went from the message boards to creating our own virtual online platform before Facebook existed. And then now we're on Facebook and we have a little Facebook group. But for 17 years, this group of friends of mine, there are a couple of gentlemen and two people have passed away over the years, but specifically these female friends of mine, they're some of my closest girlfriends I've ever had in my life. And we have not all met each other in person. I've been fortunate enough to meet a lot of them, most of them actually. Well, I was able to meet one of those friends today after 17 years for the first time in person. And I've got to tell you that there is nothing like this community that we build for ourselves. And, her name is Rebecca. So Beck and I have been friends for 17 years. We have been through births and deaths and divorce and kids growing up and grandkids. And we've not gone an entire week without speaking, whether it's in person or virtual, in 17 years. And it's pretty flippin' amazing to get to meet these people in person. So for people that do not think that you can form real, lasting, and meaningful friendships with people that you meet virtually, think again. It's something super special about it. So
absolutely.
That's it.
Absolutely. So Jen says, can I point out that bickering decreases 80% when Ripley is on your laps? And she wants to know where Ripley is. Let me tell you, we will make sure I'll run down when we get to the end of the show. I'll run down and bring her up so that you guys can see her and assess how much she's grown over the last week. But man, she is cute. So cute. Anyway, all right, let's go ahead and look at our numbers. And real quick, Tommy wanted to know if we all got robbed because he's late. Tommy, you're going to have to go back and watch the beginning of the show.
Did y'all get robbed?
We did not get robbed, but close. All right, let's go ahead and share the screen here. And there we go. I like to point at my numbers because look at them. Look at them, you guys. Look at them.
Ridiculous.
All right, these are the numbers ending last night for last week. So 15 eBay orders, 6 between Etsy and Thrilling, nothing on Instagram, 15 between Grailed and Mercari for a total of 36 outgoing orders. eBay, you can see my eBay dropped quite a bit. The last couple of weeks, I was over 2,000 on both weeks. And this week, eBay dropped. Although I will say what's pretty funny is that even though eBay dropped this week, my numbers, like, you look at your last 31 days, my last 31 days, I'm up like, I think 112% over the previous 31 days. That's how bad. So it's not even like my numbers are so amazing. It's like, that's how bad my numbers were a month ago. So anyway, so I thought that was kind of funny, but $1,208.72. Etsy and Thrilling, $561.65. Grailed and Mercari together, $1,381. I will say Mercari, I don't know what's going on. The last couple of weeks, Mercari, I will go a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks with like 0 sales of Mercari.
Same.
And multiple times over the last year, I've been like, do I even want to keep
I say it all the time.
But whenever I do the math, because it takes such a little time using List Perfectly to cross post to Mercari, that when I do the math of what I really do sell, and the time it takes me to cross list, it still comes out to like I'm making $50 an hour because it's so easy and quick. But man, the last couple of weeks, apparently fourth quarter is the thing.
I think it's because yes, that's part of it, but also Mercari has done a real strong advertising push lately. Yeah. So yeah.
So I'm going to have a few sales to show you during the next segment. So my total gross sales still got over $3,151.37. My shipping, $233.24. You can see the breakdown of fees there. My total cost of goods, $400.
It's a very round number.
Yes. My net total sales, $2,142.86. And you can see my gross average sale price, $87.54, which I'm very happy with. I want to always hit at least 70 if I can. And my net average sale price, $59.52. So I would say this week I'm maintaining, like it's still a decent week. It's not as good as I would hope for with the fourth quarter since it's just heating up for me. Also, because we're doing all of this stuff, I'm out of stuff to list. I need to process and photograph again, but I can't do any of that until we get all this business taken care of and all the decorating. So it's going to be probably a couple more days of all of this. Then I got to process, which takes most of a day. So I'll probably be doing that while working in my office. Then I got to photograph, which takes a day. I'm not going to be able to list anything new for like another 4 or 5 days, which kind of bums me out. Vikki doesn't care.
I don't.
She's looking at me with her I don't care eyes, which are very, very familiarized to me. That's all I'd say. All right, you want to look at your numbers so that you can show people how much better you are than me?
Yes, I'm way better than you.
Whoa!
So again, 36 eBay orders. Again, that's very low. 36 orders in a week, 4 weeks before Christmas. That's very low. However, the numbers were still decent for the week. So 36 on eBay. I did 13 on Etsy, 2 on Thrilling, and 2 on Depop. 11 on Mercari. 11 on Poshmark and 8 on Mercari for a total of 72 outgoing orders. Again, if I was not using List Perfectly to cross post, my eBay sales are pathetic by themselves for fourth quarter. So 2713 for eBay for the week, 1,086 between Etsy, Thrilling, and Depop altogether. Poshmark 450 and Mercari coming in strong at 537. Again, I'm like Katy, 1 to 2 sales a week on Mercari, maybe. If I do 5 a month, it's a good month.
But you'll have like a whole week go by with nothing, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Easily.
So Mercari I've been doing well on, and it's been decent sales. 8 Mercari orders for 537 is nothing to sneeze at. So my total for the week, 4786. It's a great week. Anything over 4,000 is a great week. So 406 in shipping, 322 eBay fees, 92 Etsy, 90 Poshmark, 72 Mercari, all that kind of stuff. So my total costs of just under $1,000, and then my cost of goods relatively low. My shipping fees were high this week because I had a lot of international orders, so which is good. But so 34.71 net for the week, not bad. Gross average sale price I like to have over 60, which I did both last week and this week, so 66.47, and then my net average sale price over $48.
Yeah. Yep. Very nice.
So
very nice.
Quick question from Greg Dupage Picker. Does Mercari still have a no return policy? Yes, they do. Mercari and Poshmark, and I think Depop may be the same as well, but I don't know. I've never had a return on Depop. But yeah, Mercari and Poshmark, once they've accepted the order, which is 3 days, they have 3 days to accept the order before it is automatically accepted from the date of time of delivery. And once it is accepted, there's no takesy-backsies. There's no returns. There's no nothing. Poshmark, you'll occasionally have someone open up a return because they'll make up some kind of crap. And then, Poshmark will look at the thing. Sometimes they agree with the buyer, and sometimes they don't. I've only had them agree with the buyer once and force a return.
So assuming Courtney bought a dress from you?
She did. She bought the rainbow terry cloth, kind of like a cover up dress, muumuu almost type of thing. It's really cute.
Very nice.
So yeah, she did. And I didn't even actually add that to my order. So that was a private sale.
Speaking of different platforms and how they operate, I just had this morning, this is the second time this has happened in the couple of years I've been selling on Grailed. I had a buyer file a chargeback through PayPal. Well, they charged it through their bank, probably the credit card or whatever, for something they bought early November, which is so annoying because they ordered it through Grailed. I shipped it to the address that was on Grailed, that was also on PayPal, and PayPal told me I was good to go to ship it, shipped it. Now, a few weeks later, they do a chargeback. And so I contacted, of course, I responded in the PayPal thing. And then I contacted Grailed. This is the second time this has happened. And let me tell you, Grailed suspended their account like that. I mean, I'm sure they'll look to see, because they don't want anyone else getting scammed by them. But, because I was able to show like this, here's their order, here's all their information, here's showing what happened on PayPal. Now they filed a chargeback. And they've also said, basically, if it doesn't go in my favor with PayPal, that they'll take care of me. And I'm like, Wouldn't it be nice if everybody followed the platform so that?
I know. Yeah. So Christy said they can open up a return request on my card before they accept the item. Yes, they can. But once they've had the item for 3 days and they accept it or it's automatically accepted, then you can't do a darn thing. Yeah. Same with Poshmark. It has to be done before the 3-day period. Mm-hmm. So.
All right. Oh, so Courtney says she's going to wear it opening night of the next year.
Do it. It might be a little chilly in October, but you never know.
It was like 80 degrees some of the days.
That's true. Not at night, but yeah,
that'll be fine. All right. Let's go ahead and look at our sales highlights. I would like to say not to toot my own horn. Well, that's a lie. To toot my own horn. I will say to toot. I will say you sold a number of things that I scouted for you and at sales.
You did. So you did. Katy is a really good scout. So for most of the time when I go to estate sales and things like that, and even when we go thrifting, she's done looking through the area that she wants to look at to buy very quickly. Mm-hmm. And then she knows what I like to buy. So she will scout for me because it takes me obviously longer to go through an entire store in a thrift store because I buy from every category, and B, an estate sale, same thing. I'm going to go through every single room.
Well, time is of the essence. So it's like,
you don't want, especially estate sales, grab that shit before someone else does.
Exactly. So let's go ahead and look at some sales highlights and let's see all the money you made off of me. Show me what
off of you. All right. So I think I showed this in a haul. So I showed this. I haven't even had it in a week. It was listed less than a week. So I purchased it a week ago. I guess it's been 2 weeks.
You got the first week.
Yeah. So it's been 2 weeks. I paid $2 for it. It rolled into my 22% off sale this week, but it sold within a few days for $101. This is another one of those items that people tend to underprice. You can tell when I take pictures, right? My hard goods pictures are not nearly as crisp and clear as my nice clothing photos that Crystal does and we use Photo Room with. I don't bother on these because Photo Room does not work quite as well with hard goods. It tends to white out too many things that it shouldn't white out.
It's a little harder to...
It just does. It doesn't work as well. Anyway, it's great for clothing. But it sold $2 to $101 within a couple of days. There are a lot of people, like anything else, that underprice this book a lot. But it always sells, and it sells really well. And this is something I actually learned from our friend Lorna. I would not have known about this if it were not for Lorna.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. First up for me is, look at this cute little Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles vintage t-shirt. I had
that's a baby one. That's cute.
I had 3 of these and 2 of one size, 1 of another size. I don't usually buy kid stuff, but I can't resist when it's like anything movie related, stuff like that. You know, there's certain graphics, you know, themes that I'm not going to be able to resist, even though I hate selling kids clothes and hate listing it. But I've sold 2 of these already. This is the last one I had. Somebody made an offer. Maybe I sent out an offer to buyers for $60 and they accepted and paid. So this is going to be getting shipped out tomorrow. But what a cool shirt. It'd be so awesome if it was an adult size.
It would be. Did you see, by the way, Noelle? Hi, Noelle. Noelle and Kelly, Hip Flip and Mama, both in the chat. But what did Katy say? Scavenged?
What's up, Noelle? What's happening up in the Pacific Northwest? Okay, so that's my little
screen stars.
Again, picture. I'm always gonna pick up it doesn't sell for as much as like adult stuff will sell for, obviously, but some of the cool stuff that's going to be like with the vintage t-shirts, vintage streetwear doing so well these days, those people have kids.
Yeah, they have young kids.
They want to deck their kids out in some cool streetwear.
They have young kids because they're in their 20s and 30s right now, that nostalgia. So their kids are young. They're not like my old ass kid who's going to be 29.
Yeah, your crusty old kid.
My crusty old kid.
Anyway, so $60. I paid like $10 for it, so I was happy with that sale.
Let's see. Okay, so this is just, I wanted to just talk about if you find leather or suede, or it doesn't even have to be leather or suede, these Western wear blazers. I sell these, and I know I've talked about this before, but I sell these for $75 to $125 every damn time. That Western where it's got the yoke in the back, show that. Yeah, that's a yoke. That's what that's called. That's a yoke. And then if you look at the front, it's going to show like kind of these Western things, and I'll have the points.
Yep.
And you know,
Like the
going down the
pockets?
front, it's like, yeah, like a Western shirt. Those are not pockets. The pockets are in the front, but those are not
Oh,
pockets.
gotcha.
That's just the points. So if you find Western wear stuff, Pioneer wear, there's all different, you know, different brands that sell well. This particular one didn't have any brand or fabric tags. And this is a suede one. So this one actually I picked up at the bins.
What?
And I paid maybe $2 or $3 for
Yeah.
it based on what it looks like. And it sold, I haven't had it listed that long. It sold for $101, the price you see there. So
Very cool.
every time you're going to want to pick up these type of blazers, and blazers, men's and women's, you're going to sit on for a while. That's probably the slowest selling category that I sell in. But Western wear ones, you're not going to sit on quite as long.
It's referred to as cowboy core.
Yes, cowboy core, says Jamie.
All right. Anything else?
Nope.
Next up, guys. This one I only had listed for maybe a week or so. You know, I love me my ski shirts.
You
And
do.
I don't know why the first shirt ended up being like so it's all blurry or pixelated. It's weird. Anyway, this is an awesome like wraparound ski t-shirt. It says Jackson Hole on it. You'll see these shirts, they'll have like different they'll be the same design with different ski resorts on.
Yeah.
But I like the Jackson Hole ones because I've been to Jackson Hole. It's a cool place. But I like all of them. Come on, let's be real. Let's be real, guys. Anyway, I've had this listed for like maybe a week, and it sold for the full sale price you see there, $69.99. I paid like $10 for it at yesterday's fits, so that was an easy flip. Actually, I think I might have picked this one up at the
$5 sale.
No, not the $5 sale. I think I might have picked this up at ThriftCon. So it might actually not have come from yesterday's fits, but anyway, I paid like maybe $10 for it. Next up.
So I show this dude all the time. I know I showed him in a haul. I picked him up. He was listed less than a week. I also picked this up 2 weeks ago. I paid $20 for it. This is another item that people underprice and undersell. They sell them for $30, $40. I priced it high knowing that those cheap ones would sell fast. And then I would still have this one left. So it sold, it works. A lot of them are not working when you get them because this does break down over time. But I did test him. He does work. He's a little slow lifting up his hat, but that's about it. Everything else works. He swings the little light up. You know,
you
try
like
to get
you can see it working.
Yeah, a little bit. So sold for $101. I did charge a flat rate shipping fee of $20. It's probably going to cost me about $25. I'm going to put it in a box. You know, I'm not going to ship it just in the box that it comes in. Probably cost me about $25 UPS.
Yeah. Nice.
Good old Gemmy. That's right.
Yes.
Every time.
All right. Next up is this Garfield sleep shirt. This was definitely like off the $5 rack. I remember I got this yesterday's fits. I just picked it up because you know the sleep stuff, it doesn't necessarily sell for as much.
It takes a while.
It's a great graphic. It's football. You know, it's just an interesting thing to get in list. But I'm like, you know what? Garfield's cool. Everybody likes Garfield, right?
Sure.
And I really haven't had this listed that long either. Maybe a month or so, a month and a half. But I sold it for the full price you see there, $69.99. Paid like $5 for it. Sold it for $70, and it went all the way to Norway.
So you made a little bit of money on shipping too.
Yep. So it went all the way to Norway, which I think is pretty cool. I love that my stuff takes a little adventure across.
So Greg says, same for the Jingle Pals, just like Gemmy. Hallmark Jingle Pals are snowmen. They're animated. There's a couple of different ones, not a couple. There's a handful of them. They all come out. They came out like one a year through Hallmark for a while. They used to get a lot more money, and there are certain ones that sell very well still. There are a few of them that don't command a lot of money because the market is just too flooded. But there are certain ones. There's like a snowman playing a piano. If you can get that and it works and it's animated and the music is working and he moves side to side and things light up, that one sells for a good $65, $75 every time. But there's quite a few of them.
Vintage Animaniacs sleep shirt, get that listed for even more. That will sell for even more.
Animaniacs will sell for like $100.
Animaniacs. Yeah, I love them. All right, next up for you, I can't believe you sold these. I can't believe you've had these for what, 3 years, 4 years?
These are my last pair. So there is a video that Katy and I have on our channel that was before I actually joined Katy. It was one of her first videos about retail arbitrage. That is still, and to this day,
it's our most
viewed, highest paid, highest earning video.
Yep.
With Teresa doing retail arbitrage. I think it's just because it's retail arbitrage.
Right.
I love Teresa, but it's not. It's because that's a category that a lot of people view and watch and search. So it was like March 2018 or 2019. She's saying,
I think 2018, but
it might have been 2018. Yeah, it had to be 2018 because I joined Katy in April of 2018 on her channel. So I purchased these. I got like 6 pairs of these at Ross for $21, and I finally sold the last pair for $109.
Yeah. So this video has had 35,000 views, and it is from, it says 3 years ago. 3 years ago. And it is our most viewed video for like most viewed, absolutely highest viewed video that we've ever had on our channel. And 3 years ago. So that's some serious retail arbitrage there. That's some long tail.
Long tail RA. This is why I do very little RA, because I suck at it.
But they're super cool.
But
like,
they
how
were
could they
super
not?
cool.
Why would it take so long? Come on. That was a good, I think those were a good buy. But you know what? Because so if you always did RA, always went this poorly, you'd be in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
But because you don't really do it that often, and it's just like a handful of things here and there. I mean, something like this, it's like kind of forgotten about it. It's back in a box somewhere on a shelf. And then all of a sudden it finally sells and you've got $100 in your pocket. So whatever. I like when I sell things I've had for a million years and I actually make a little money on them.
I saw that sale come in the other day. I was like, what? And as a matter of fact, I think they went international. So I even made a little bit more money. I think they went to Canada. It's a quick question Jamie had. Was I on YouTube before Katy? No, Katy actually started her channel herself. She originally was going to do a podcast and then decided to do YouTube. And so she did a lot of videos herself before, and I would join here and there, like that one with Teresa.
I did videos of like,
it was her thing.
And I was doing my own haul videos. And I didn't really know what the channel was going to turn into. I was just kind of like, I was just making videos randomly. And then at some point I asked Vikki to do some haul videos with me, and then it kind of went from there.
And then she got stuck with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have done YouTube as far as I've been on a few other YouTube channels before.
Yeah.
But I did not do YouTube myself, nor did I want to. And if you look at some of our early videos, you can see how freaking awkward I am.
She's only with me for my YouTube channel, guys.
Yeah, clearly. That's $75 a month, man. I'm telling you.
So rude. You're not getting any of my money. Okay, next up. So speaking of things I've had for a while, so this jacket I probably had for a good at least a year. But I don't buy a lot of jackets, but I will pick up these vintage Letterman jackets. But if I find something now, generally I will just get it for Vikki. I'll pick it up and have her take it. But this is just a really cool vintage 50s Letterman jacket, wool Letterman jacket. It's super tiny. You can see it's an extra small, size 32, super, super tiny. But really cool little piece of history. So this is one of those things that when I went and ended a ton of my listings and did sell similar, this is one of the ones that sold. And I think it was an offer to buyers, $100. I wouldn't have paid more than like $20 back when I did get it. So I'm just going to say $20 and sold it for $100. So, but I'm glad to have this out of my inventory. It's a cool jacket.
And you're right, Kelly, Hip Flippin' Mama. The channel used to be called just Katy Zilverberg, and then she changed it to Katy and Vikki. So it took me a good 6 months. She was doing it for a good 6 months before I joined her, and doing a couple of shows a week, different topics here and there.
No. I would do like a show, and then like a month would go by, and I'd do something else. Because I was doing random videos, pre-recorded stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't do any lives until I was with Vikki, until Vikki came and joined me on the channel. So I didn't have like a set...
And we started out doing 3 shows a week too, until we realized that, it's too much work.
It's a lot.
Takes away too much from our businesses.
Yeah, it's a lot. All right, next up.
So I showed this last week. I picked this up in a haul at an estate sale. I had paid this particular one. I had paid $37.50 for, because they had priced it at $75 and it was 50% off. This was new in the box. Once I got it home, I realized it was new, had never been used. I sold it as new, and it sold within 3 days.
Yeah.
for $164.95. I also priced it fairly high. That is on the high end of what they sell for. It is going to Canada. So again, I'll make a little bit of money on the shipping. I think a lot of people don't bother to sell these things, internationally. Yeah.
Very cool.
And that's the retro version. That's not like a new, it's a small
It came
one.
out like
it's a mini thing.
It came out like 3 or 4 years ago around Christmas time, and they sold out pretty immediately. It's just a mini thing that's
and they still sell them.
It's got like 30 of the classic Nintendo games in them. So if it was Super Nintendo, I would have been close to stealing it.
I almost bought you one 2 years ago.
The Super Nintendo one?
No, this one.
Oh, that one. I mean, it's cool, but I wouldn't play it as much. If it was Super Nintendo, I would totally be down to play it. Give me some Donkey Kong Country. Come on, some Zelda. Come on. I mean, come on, guys.
This had Zelda on it. And
Donkey Kong. Okay. Donkey Kong Country for Super Nintendo is a completely different game from Donkey Kong on the original Nintendo. It's the same with the Zelda. So the Zelda for Super Nintendo, effing amazing, guys.
Yeah, this one just went to Canada, Kelly, so they don't need any type of adapter. So that was an easy one. But yeah, so here we go.
Yep. All right. Next up is the sweet, sweet, sweet movie jacket. This actually is one of the things that we got when we had bought out the clothing vault. The ladies from List Perfectly. Vikki got most of the stuff from that buyout, but
she helped me schlep.
But I told her that I was going to be taking all of the t-shirts and any movie stuff. Whatever.
There was a tax.
Yes, there was a tax. And so this was one of the things I got. Just a cool, it's from like the VHS release of this movie. Some guy named Mike, probably the guy named Mike that worked at the video shop.
Maybe.
Anyway, didn't pay much for this, but sold it. I took an offer for $135, guys.
And you've had it for probably listed about a year, because we've had most of that stuff for about a year.
Got it. I guess it was during the Rona.
We got it in October of last year, and then it took a few months to get everything listed.
Yeah, so. I mean, it's definitely like a very niche piece that only a specific person is going to want to pick up. But $135, guys. I'm down. I'm happy with that. Mm-hmm. All right, more Nintendo stuff. Look at you.
This was the other Nintendo item. So when I originally purchased this, this was one of the other things I got from the estate sale. This one is the one that they had priced at $125. So when I got it for 50% off of that.
Yep.
So when I first got it home, I thought it was new, but it did have some signs of use. So this one is open box, and then I put down there that it actually was like new condition. Mm-hmm. Inside. You can tell on the controllers there was a little bit of wear. As far as anything else, that might have been wear or just dust. I did wipe them down, but like the protective cover was still across the screen. Like, it's in great condition. I could have sold it for about $75 more if it were actually new in box. So I did price it where it's supposed to be for it being an open box. So it sold, again, this sold within a few hours. I did not cross post this anywhere. This sold for $299.95.
Nice. I scouted that one for you too. Well, that one and the other Nintendo.
You did. And I did sell the other items too. All the other items. I'm not showing them because they were not huge sales, but I sold all the other ones too.
Yep. Very cool. All right, next up, it's no gaming system, guys, but look at this awesome Iowa corn centennial t-shirt.
It's crazy.
I love it. So I love this kind of stuff. To me, it's just like a little piece of history. I mean, this is like I don't know how big Oakland, Iowa is, but this is celebrating their centennial in 1982. I just love this kind of stuff. I love rescuing it. I love finding it a new home. And this wasn't even, I don't even think this was listed a week and somebody bought it. What's really funny is it went to Canada. So it sold for, hold on a second. Let's see. Let's look at what it sold for. Well, Vikki reads her Facebook. Anyway, this one, because it was just listed recently, did not roll into my sales. So it actually did sell for $69.99. Plus it went to Canada. So I think they paid like $15.50 shipping. But it only cost me like $10 shipping. So I saved on the shipping, plus paid another $5. This little Iowa corn t-shirt went to some Canadian,
A.
Yep. All right, next one. Ooh, look at this.
Also from the estate sale 2 weeks ago, another vintage Gemi item that I wanted to talk about. This one actually sold on Etsy. This was listed also for about 2 days. This is one of the items that I talked about and said, if it's working, people price these too low. Again, some people price them for $35, $45. I price things high, knowing they're going to sell. So this actually sold within a couple of days of being listed. I had my customer contacted me and said, "Can you get this mailed out immediately? My grandmother just died. This was one of her favorite things. I actually want to bury it with her in her coffin," which sounds awful, but also is very sweet. So I upgraded their shipping at no cost, and I packaged it up same day and got it out same day because I was going to send it UPS ground. I did send it priority, and I did package it up in the afternoon instead of waiting until the next day. I wanted to make sure it got out. Very cool. So I thought that was a really sweet thing for this person it was a man actually. And he's like, my grandmother loved that thing.
Look what she sold it for. Look at what you sold it for.
$89.95. Most people sell them for $30 to $40 on eBay.
Plus shipping?
Plus shipping. This was $10 shipping.
Nice.
And I upgraded the shipping.
Very cool. All right. Next up, like I say, pro sports, college sports, this 49ers sweatshirt. I've actually had this one for a while because my pricing on it was kind of weird, but I've had this one for quite a while, but it did sell on Etsy, and I probably paid like $15 for it. And let's see what it sold for. Being here in Nevada, I find a lot of 49er stuff.
Yep. Well, until recently, Nevada didn't have a pro team, so.
But I sold this for 10% off, so it was $89.99. Paid $15 for it, sold it for $89.99. So you don't want to pass this stuff up. Any of this, if it's vintage sports stuff, you don't want to pass it up. Don't do it. Sorry, I don't have a great story for that one.
No, this one does not have a great story either, but this is something that I picked up in Atlanta at Reflections of Trinity when we were sourcing with Trish and Katy and myself. Were in Atlanta at Lori Long's place. This is vintage 1990s. Anything Black & Decker that is vintage sells very well. And this, I had it listed. Well, we went there in April? Mm-hmm. So I've had it listed for a few months. I think it took me a while to get it listed. So it was probably listed by the end of May, but it's been listed for a few months. As you can see, the box has some wear, some discoloration. I paid $1 for this, $1, plus shipped it home with a bunch of half a pallet of things. So at best, I paid $3 or $4 total.
What?
Sold for $129.95. I did charge $10 shipping, and it only went to Arizona, so it cost about $9 and change to ship.
Very cool.
So used, these don't sell very well at all. New in the box, this is a fantastic price for it. I did not expect to get this price for it because these do sell only around like the $50, $60 range.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Next up is my favorite sale of the week. I sold.
Oh, you did.
I sold this
drug paraphernalia.
Well, because like, what do you? I mean, come on. I mean, I'm trying to like keywords that somebody might actually like look. I don't know. Anyway, drug paraphernalia T-shirt, cocaine, guys. This is my cocaine T-shirt. So I actually bought this from Barry. I did a big buy from him. And this is right after Britt, our friend Britt, had wiped him out of like a bazillion T-shirts. And so I was basically going through Britt's sloppy seconds. And let me tell you, I can't believe, I don't know if he saw this shirt or not. I mean, I'm sure he looked through a bazillion shirts, but this one, I mean, the sleeves, the neck, the bottom, it's all chopped, totally cut off. Everything's cut off.
Some bro was totally wearing this while they were doing rails in the back of a club.
You think so?
Clearly.
Might have been a girl.
No, this was not a girl's shirt.
It's a real small. You don't know that. Sorry.
I'm saying a girl would wear it now. I'm saying in the 80s, this was some guy with.
You don't think a punk rock girl who wouldn't cut off the sleeves
with low slung
whatever
Levi 501s that are skin tight was wearing this shirt in the 80s, thinking he was the shit with the the belly hair hanging out. Wore this at a club or a bar doing rails in the back.
I think it was a punk rock girl. That's what I say. Just saying. Anyway, it's funny because I think I accepted an offer for like $100 in this on eBay like a couple months ago, and then they never paid, so I had to cancel the
Have
sale.
you even had it a couple of months? I remember you talking about
Yes.
it. Okay. I didn't know you've had it that long.
Not long after I listed it, it sold on eBay, but then they never paid. And so I never ended the sale anywhere else, and I put it back up on eBay. But it sold on Etsy, so let's see what it sold for. But and I paid like $25 for it because it was all cut up and everything. And so very.
But yeah, you paid $25 for this shirt. This is most people would not pay 5 cents for this type of thing. So you paid $25 for it and sold it for
10% off of that. So I sold it for $179.99. So like I said, I had sold it for
$180 for a cut up t-shirt.
Yeah.
I mean, it does have a pretty fun, cool graphic, but
yeah, because there's nothing more cool than doing blow, guys. Okay. So come on. Anyway, $180. There you go.
That was sarcasm. That was sarcasm before we get hate mail.
Oh, thanks, Mom.
Before we get hate mail, say no to drugs, kids.
I want to get the hate mail, man. Yeah, Wall Street version would have a $100 bill. You're right, Gail.
Mm-hmm.
You're absolutely correct. Anyway, I think it's a fun shirt. To me, it's just absolutely ridiculous and quintessential 80s t-shirt. So I was.
Where's the gold Coke nail? If that had been a girl, it would have had a gold Coke nail.
Yeah. So, all right, go ahead. Hey, another thing I found for you.
You did? Did you find this one?
Yes.
This was from an outside state sale. Mm-hmm. Where I purchased a lot of things, where I got that Dolce & Gabbana dress. Anyway, I paid, I think, $6 or $7 for this.
Yeah.
So this is down-filled, and it's reversible. So this is a vintage 1980s. The brand is Saxton Hall, SAXTONHALL, Saxton Hall. It doesn't really, the brand is not what sold it. It's what it is. So it's a vintage 80s. It's like a, below the knee, down-filled coat, and it's reversible, red and black. Had it listed for a couple of months, and it sold for the price you see there on Poshmark, which is a good sale for me on Poshmark. Poshmark is pretty, doesn't really do a lot of high end for me anyway, because most of my stuff is vintage. It's people are not searching on Poshmark. You can't search by a brand name, so it takes a while for my stuff to sell.
Is this screenshot a subtle flex?
No.
You're just like, hey, look at me and all my reseller notifications.
I know, right?
So
no,
rude.
It was not.
So rude. So rude. All right, anything else?
Allison, gold Coke nail. Vikki, can we see your nails, please? You're funny.
Yeah, it's right here.
I've never done Coke in my life, actually.
It's right there. Look,
but
now look.
It's true.
Hold on.
I don't mean the color gold. I mean actually gold. Nope. They're made out of 14 karat gold.
That's the nail she uses.
They were stick-on nails, glue-on nails that were made out of 14 karat gold.
That's the nail she uses to do her drugs, guys.
Yep. You're funny.
All right. Next up, guys, I know I keep showing these, but I sold my last pair. I should have bought more of them, but these were clearly a popular pickup. This one went for $143. I had 3 pairs, plus we got a pair for Dana for her early Christmas present because I knew she needed to have them. But all of these I bought for $65, and I just, maybe I could have held out for more, but I think actually for something like this, I'd rather it sell relatively quickly because I put some money into them. And get some of that money back, make a little money on top of it. But yeah, I'm down to 3. I still have 3 pairs of the Vans Horror shoes, but all 3 of the Tim Curry It Vans have now sold out. And 1 pair made it all the way to Barcelona in Spain. Barcelona in Spain. And the guy is like a huge Pennywise geek, and he collects it, and he even has a whole YouTube channel that's dedicated to just his Pennywise collection. So these shoes have already made a YouTube debut in Spanish. Debut in Spanish, which I think is pretty cool. I think it's kind of fun. The guy, I mean, seriously, he has he's I don't think he's ever shown his face on his channel. It's literally just him showing his stuff,
his Pennywise stuff,
and he has like a huge, like he's got like 37,000 subs.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it looks like maybe like there were some videos like early on that got huge views because his stuff doesn't get like that many views, but he has like 37,000 subs. It's crazy.
That's funny.
It's really crazy.
So Laura, I'm kind of like you. She said, never tried it either. I'm sure I'd love it and kill myself in a month. I used to always say I have a very addictive personality, and there's a lot of addicts in my family. There's a reason why I've never tried drugs. I'd be living in a box under a bridge within a month. And I know that.
I don't do any of the drugs either. I don't like it. Well, I've never done it, so I wouldn't know, but I decided I wouldn't like it, so it's good enough.
No judgment. I know a lot of people have done their stuff, but yeah, not me.
I'm too paranoid that like something awful would happen. Greg DuPage Picker gave a $4.99 super chat because Ripley needs some toys. Yeah, she's short on toys. Let me tell you, I'm all about like, let's just give her as many toys as possible. And Vikki, Deb and Mel just sent us this package full of toys. And Vicky's first reaction is, okay, which ones are we going to throw out of like our old toys? And I'm like, what are you talking about, man?
We have some
Why
that
can't you
belong
have
to
5
our
million
friends,
toys?
our friends that belong to our old lady dogs that are like no squeakers working anymore,
It's
half
just
the
the price
stuffing
of them.
ripped out. So like, let's get rid of those.
She wants to swim in them like Scrooge McDuck and his coins. Come on. Anyway, all right. What's this one?
So this is something that sold on Depop. It's a Depop sale. Actually, I had 2 Depop sales. This is one of them. This is a brand called Lily Ann, LILLIANNE, not E, sorry, ANN. So Lily Ann is a brand that spans from the 40s and 50s all the way through into the 80s. I don't believe they still make anything, but at least through the 80s. This is an early 80s faux fur cardigan sweater jacket. Look at that thing.
Very nice. Very nice.
It's not really though. It's kind of fugly, but whatever. I paid $4 for this, and it sold for the price you see there, $119.95 plus shipping. I have no idea. Lily Ann, if it's older, 40s, 50s, 60s, is very desirable in the vintage clothing market and would sell for a lot more. But I priced this on the lower side because I think it's fugly and it's not as nice.
I mean, I've always wished I could have a cardigan that was covered in fur.
Yeah, faux fur, no less.
Sorry, faux fur cardigan. So
yeah,
there you go.
Right. It looks like a shaggy dog.
All right, so my last 3 sales that I'm going to show are all from Mercari because, like I said, usually I will go a week, 2 weeks without any Mercari sale, and then maybe it's like a $30 item.
Oh, I sent you 2, and you didn't.
Excuse me, I've posted it.
Okay.
I'm not done with you yet.
Sorry.
You chill out. Anyway, so I'm just going to show you my 3 best sales this week from Mercari. And the first one is this Farside t-shirt. If you've been watching our show, pretty much anytime I get a Farside t-shirt, I list it, price it high, and it always sells. These ones, they're just great shirts. This one is a 3XL, so it's a great size. And it's just this funny, silly bear humor. You know bear humor, guys. Anyway, so I priced it high, but somebody made an offer. I think they made an offer for like $72, and I came back with $80. And they accepted, so they paid $80 for it. This shirt, I mean, I paid like $10 for it. I got it at yesterday's Fits, paid $10 and sold it for $80. I pretty much can sell every Farside t-shirt for $80 to $100.
Yeah.
So pick them up. People love their Farside, and I think they get underpriced a lot. All right,
for sure.
See,
this is my other Depop sale.
Yeah.
This was also from the same outside estate sale that the reversible coat came from. This is just, and again, I've said this before, if you find vintage sweaters and jackets, alpaca, anything alpaca, this didn't have a label, didn't have a brand, doesn't matter. It's just a vintage alpaca sweater. You can see it's fuzzy. Mm-hmm. It's got that wide collar and a really cool knit. It's been listed for just a couple of months. It sold for $129.95, and it was close. It didn't go far. And it sold, I already got positive feedback on it. But the buyer loved it. And I've had this listed for as much as 30% off of that price over the, depending on what sales I have going on. So Depop was a no sale, and it's sold $129.95. I paid $5.
Nice. All right, next up, I sold this Porno for Pyros t-shirt, which I had to put the little star there because Mercari, I don't know what their deal is. They're very puritanical. They don't like anything adult or suggestive or any swears. Mm-hmm. So when I tried to list
cocaine shirt would not have been allowed, I bet, on Mercari.
It was on Mercari.
Oh,
it was fine. I think
Coke is fine. Words. Porn is not.
No, porno. They're like, oh, porno. Oh, hell no. Or no, they said, oh, heck no. And so I had to go and change it to be able to post it, and then it sold there. So this one I actually bought from Barry at the Thrift Con. And he gave me a good deal. I got it for $40 and sold it for $136. on Mercari, and it's just cool. Porno Pyros, it's Perry Farrell from Jane's Addiction. This was the band that was after Jane's Addiction. I think they only had like 2 albums, maybe 1 album, 2 albums,
1 or 2.
They did not last super long, but there are definitely some big fans, and this is a cool shirt. So $40 into 136. But man, Mercari, what's going on, man?
Okay, so this is my last one. Yep, this sold. Where is this from? Oh, Mercari. This sold on Mercari. I had it listed for about a month. Now I'm going to tell you, I am full well saying I don't know if this is real Armani or not. Don't flipping know. They had no inside tags. The tags are taken off. It could have been a counterfeit or repro or
definitely vintage, though.
It's definitely vintage. It was
good quality.
It was good quality, but it had some loose threads. It wasn't in fantastic condition. I got this at the bins. It's a lightweight satin. It could have been silk, but because there were no inside tags anywhere, there literally were stubs where they were cut out. It could have been fake, might not have been. I was able to find this exact jacket by doing a Google search image. There were several of them that had sold on Etsy and Mercari and things like that in the past for a little bit less money. So if it is a bootleg, there were more than one made. There's a lot of them out there. So I was like, forget. I'm going to throw it up there and see what happens. So it went sold for $149.
Nice.
On Mercari, and it wasn't listed that long.
Very good. Very good. All right. My last one, guys, this UCLA Bruin sweatshirt that I bought from yesterday's fits for $30. It's an awesome sweatshirt. I think it had some staining on it, and I was able to bleach it out with my crap load of bleaching method. But I sold it for $169, paid $30 for it, sold for $169. This is a super cool sweatshirt. I think I was taking pictures of this when Corey came over to visit the dog and visit with us. So I haven't had this for very long. That was when I was taking pictures of it. So it just got listed very recently, but it's a super cool sweatshirt. And again, sold it for $169. Like they didn't even make an offer. They just bought it. That was the price. Cause I use the smart pricing or whatever they call it on Mercari, where I set my top price and I just go ahead and set whatever would be an acceptable price for me. So it automatically goes down on its own. And all of a sudden I got a sale notification. I was like, what? $30 sold for $169.
It's a nice one.
So not too shabby. I've been doing really well with the UCLA stuff. The
older UCLA stuff does really well.
I've sold 3 or 4 UCLA sweatshirts in the last few weeks, and they all go for $100 and up. So
yep.
Going really well.
There are certain colleges that everything sells really well for. UCLA is one of them. Syracuse is another one. If you get Syracuse merch, it sells for a lot every time. There's an awful lot of lawyers that graduated from Syracuse that buy a lot of nostalgic items.
Well, UCLA, isn't that where Jim Morrison went?
I don't know.
I had sold a UCLA Letterman's jacket or something like that. And somebody was real excited about it. Anyway. That's it for our sales highlights.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going to do our haul.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to start showing us some of the stuff in your little pile?
You can go first.
Little box. You want me to go first? Okay. I went to yesterday's fits. I filled up, I filled up 2 of my IKEA bags. So it was a pretty good little haul. I haven't showed any of this to Vikki. So
I've seen none of it.
She's seen none of it. But I'm just going to start right off with a bang. And you guys know how I like my Jesus shirts, my Christian shirts.
We love Jesus.
Yep. So this one says "Fit for a King," and it has the crown of thorns, obviously from the Christian, the crucifixion.
The Christian crucifixion. Did you say that?
Well, yeah, Christian. The crucifixion, like the whole crown of thorns. Whatever. Not everybody is well versed in Christian stuff.
That's
so I'm
true.
just explaining it, what it is. And then it's got a Bible verse underneath, and it says Mark 15, was that 17? It says "Fit for a King." Anyway, I think it's a nice graphic. I think it's an interesting shirt. It's on the All Style tag. And All Style, it says assembled in Mexico from U.S. fabric. This tag and that where it's made. This one is probably like a late 90s. T-shirt is double stitch. It's not single stitch. But I paid. They were having their big. The sale's probably going on right now. It's their big Black Friday sale. But I got all the Black Friday prices up in front, so it was basically 50% off of everything. So this one I maybe got for $10. But
You'll get 100 for it.
I'll put it up for 100. And I mean, some of my stuff sells right away for 100. Sometimes it ends up going for like 70, but we'll see.
Yes, Katy is wearing a Dixon shirt. She owns probably 15 of them.
I don't own 15 of them. I have like 8 of them. But I just picked up a bunch more because they did a bunch of like Halloween releases, and they were really cheap. So I grabbed them, of course. Now they're back to the boring stuff like West Coast
shoppers
collabs, and I'm like, I don't care about any of that, but I'm a sucker for the horror stuff. So this is like a Munsters homage. So anyway, this one's really interesting. It needs to be bleached. So it says the front of it's it's a cool graphic. The front, it says Charlotte Wood. So what I was able to ascertain when I looked this up, I think this is like a middle school. But I think this is the coolest because this is on an all sport pro weight tag made in the US. And this actually says it must be like the class of 96, 97, which 97, that's when I graduated from high school, but this is actually a middle school. But look at this graphic. It's so the Charlotte Wood Middle School, their mascot is the Chargers, and it's like a whole night theme. And so this graphic has a knight on a skateboard. Who are you messaging with?
Somebody on Macari.
Put it down.
They just tried to order my item twice.
Okay.
So I just wanted to get it while you.
Anyway, this one, it's got writing on it. I will bleach it and try to get that out because I'm pretty sure it's not anyone famous' signature. But I think this is a super cool skateboarding graphic. And I'll price this high. I think it's pretty cool, man. I like it. Allison said, I know Charlotte, and she absolutely would. Scandalous. All right.
So funny.
All right.
Anyway, I had a customer that just bought something from me on eBay and had messaged me about the same item on Macari. And she was like, I just tried to buy this and my sale wouldn't go through on Macari. Is there something wrong with the website? And then she's like, never mind. I just bought the same one on eBay. I was like, well, you just bought mine on eBay. Let's let.
LOL.
That was anyway. That was kind of funny. That's all.
Put it down. Pay attention to me.
Yes, dear.
Next up,
I wanted to make sure I didn't double sell something and I would have to cancel it. I've already canceled something on Macari this week. Jeez.
Next up, I've got this awesome Woody Woodpecker Universal Studios t-shirt. I love the dual colored sleeves. One red and one's blue or black. I can't really tell in this light very well. But awesome.
Black. It's black.
Yeah. Awesome t-shirt. Love it. I think I paid like $40 for this. I will list it. I mean, I'll have to look it up, but I'll list it for at least 100. Who knows? But I'll list it for 200 and hope to get at least 100. It's a cool shirt though. I don't see a lot of Woody Woodpecker stuff.
I never see Woody Woodpecker stuff. That one's pretty cool.
It's a cool shirt. Next up, I've got this cool Miller High Life t-shirt.
Ooh.
Hello. Miller High Life. Look at this awesome all over print baseball style t-shirt, but it's Miller.
Oh, it's like red and white.
Yeah, like the baseball.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Kind of thing. Just a really cool baseball t-shirt. It is single stitch based on the tag. I would say it's actually like 80s.
That's pretty cool.
Have a date on it. It's gonna be like late 80s. On this old Hanes tag. But seriously, check it out, guys. This one I paid like $30 for, but I'll price it high. Not really sure yet.
Crazy.
All right, last one, and then I'll hand it over to you. This one's cool because I always see these on
last one. Yeah, that's all you're gonna show.
No, I've got other stuff too. I'm gonna hand it over to you to do some of your stuff.
Okay.
Mix it up a little bit.
All right.
Keep you engaged. Anyway, I always find stuff. This is a Final Four item. I find plenty of them on T-shirts, and they sell really well. But this is the first time I think I've seen like a sweatshirt, and this is actually a really cool.
That's a really good sweatshirt and great universities, great graphics on it.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. So this is.
So you're going to appeal to like 4 different universities with that.
1991 Final Four. It's kind of a reverse weave because it's got like these red side panels.
Yep.
But this is not a champion sweatshirt. This is logo 7. So this is from 1991. And we've got,
you get the Kansas City
UNLV,
Jayhawks, UNLV, Duke,
North Carolina, Kansas.
Yep.
So just a really good, really
Not
really
Kansas
cool
City,
sweatshirt.
Kansas University. Sorry.
Yeah. It does
That's where
have
my
a hole
father.
in the
My
back.
father graduated from there. He's a
But
Jayhawk.
It does have a little hole in the
There's
back.
a little hole on the side too.
But I think I got this one for like $25. So I got, it's got some condition issues.
Little hole on the side too.
But that's okay because it's super cool, and I will still try to sell this for at least $100.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I like that one a lot.
Yeah. All right, what do you got? Show us some of your stuff.
What do I got? All right, so this is all from one of our viewers in the chat, Lori Hargrove. Actually, I don't think she's in the chat, but she's in our group. And she works with a thrift store that benefits a nonprofit organization. So she had a whole bunch of access to some stuff, and I was able to purchase from her. And she sent me a couple of boxes, and I just wanted to go over. Nothing is like slam dunk out of the ordinary, like I'm going to sell for $200 or anything like that. But I knew that going in. She reviewed a lot of the stuff with me before I purchased it. A lot of it is just like bread and butter type vintage, which also can do very well if you price it well and if it's good stuff. So I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. So like this is the brand from the 80s, 90s. It's Forenza. Not a great brand, but guess what these are? Stretch jeans with stirrups on the bottom. So they're high-waisted stirrup jeans with like that big long mom butt going on with the no pockets on the butt. And they're in like a celery green.
I like the long butts. They're really cute. Lie.
They're cute. I think I'll sell them for like 40 to 50 bucks. They're pretty cute. So yeah, Kim, my dad graduated. He's a chemist. He's a PhD in chemistry, and he's a doctorate in chemistry and pharmacology. He graduated from Kansas. Let's see. Another item here is, I don't know the brand, but it's David Paul in New York. It's an 80s, also 80s, made in the USA. And this is just one of those classics. Classic will always sell our maxi skirts in plaid, wool maxi skirts in plaid. This has got the button on the side, so it's got like this faux wrap looking thing to the front of it, but it's not a real wrap. It's got the pin. It's just that whole university collegiate preppy look that is timeless. This will go from the long skirts like this are like 60s and forward. Wear this with a ribbed turtleneck and
nerdy librarian.
Nerdy librarian. You can wear your boots with it. It's a great skirt. So this is something that, again, I'll sell that for like the $40 or $50 range. And it's not a super small size, which is nice.
I was gonna say, it looks like
it's like a size, I would say like a size 10, maybe even a size 12 in current sizing, which is nice. So it's not super old. Well, I guess 80s is old. But it's one of those classic styles that always sells.
Yeah.
And this is another brand that's very high end, similar to St. John, but it's not quite as well known. But it's made in the same way. It's that St. John knit. It's like those really nice heavy knit items, and it's called Castleberry. You can see that. So made in the United States. And it's kind of like a little, nautical cardigan sweater. It's not even a cardigan. It's a faux cardigan because it zips up the back.
Huh.
This is the type of clothing that reminds me of like Nancy Reagan, right? It's very 80s Nancy Reagan. And it has the matching skirt that goes with it. So it's got the long knit skirt. This is a set that I would sell for, this is a size 4. And it's just really cute. It's just that understated, vintage ladies that lunch type of clothing, just like the St. John clothing. So this will probably sell for like 100, 125. Let's see.
Very nice.
This is just a basic vintage 1980s. This is the brand American shirt dress. And that's what it is. It is a vintage, just a red. Teresa will like this. Mm-hmm. Red with the sleeves that you can roll up. Just a basic shirt dress. It has lightly padded shoulders, but it's not super heavy. It does have pockets. It has a full skirt. Again, kind of a timeless type of dress that I'll probably list this for like $70, $75. This is, if this were a little bit bigger, I would keep it because I like these types of dresses. Classic. Never go out of style. I'll probably just plow through what I have here and then you can end with your stuff. Another vintage. This is like 70s. just with a bow front, just this is a muumuu. This is a caftan muumuu. It's just, nylon.
It's like a sexy nighttime muumuu.
It's not sexy. There's nothing sexy about this.
I'm talking about
it's a freaking tent. There's nothing sexy about muumuus. But they're comfortable and people love them. So it's got that little bow on the front. It's just this typical big wide sleeves, little padded shoulders. I don't know why you need padded shoulders to go to bed, but just a big long nightgown, probably $40 or so. But a bunch more to go through here. This is super cute, 80s. This is tiny as well. Just a basic skirt in like this pink and white. It's like candy stripe or cotton candy pink and white. Basic full-size skirt with buttons down the front. The brand is Nell Flowers. I don't know anything. It doesn't ring any bells, but we'll see if the brand means anything. But again, this is like a staple, like a $40, $50 skirt. And it has pockets. What? Let's see. This is just a little basic dress. I wasn't going to actually show this, but I did notice that it is vintage 70s Diane von Furstenberg. So 70s. And this one it's not a wrap dress. If it were a wrap dress, it would sell for better. But vintage, it's along the same styles. It's a little bit of a shirt dress with a pocket. It's very like nylon, semi-sheer, also nylon polyester with a little belt. And it's nice. It's nice buttery yellow. So if it were a wrap dress, I would probably sell it for a little bit more, but it is just a basic shirt dress. So maybe like $60, $65. Each of these items, by the way, I paid between $3 and $4 for. Let's see. This I think she just threw in because it's cute, but this is kids. This is a vintage 1960s wool plaid children's dress, and it is super cute with the metal zipper up the back. I will sell it even though it's kids, but I love the look. As a matter of fact, I may actually give this to our friend's daughter, Ariella, because she wears very classic clothing, and I think her mom would like this. But yeah, it's really cute. I love it. I don't know what I'm going to sell it for. Probably $30 or so. Kids' clothes just don't sell for as much. And let's see. Get a whole lot of frill, whatever this is. All right. So Pat Richards, again, very 80s. That whole script thing on labels was very 80s. This is kind of a semi-sheer. Oh, this looks like it's a negligee type of wrap. So it's got a snap front.
Like gold on the top?
And it has some gold detailing on the shoulders. Look at that. When you want to be fancy. And a little bit of it's a tassel. At least the tassels are on the shoulders.
So you can do this. You do this and you spin your shoulder tassels.
And it has a really big full sweep type of skirt on it. It is more like a cover-up type of robe than a nightgown, but I guess you could put it as a nightgown. I probably will. And it just has this big sweep in the front. So it has a nice big full skirt, which is one of the things that sells really well. Depending on if that brand is actually relevant or not. If it's not relevant, I'll probably list it for about $75. If the brand is relevant, it could be for more. Again, I don't pre-research any of this stuff. If I don't recognize the name, I'm going to tell you that. Another 80s, made in the USA, Brelli Originals, Breli. And this is a very floral, kind of like church lady type of dress, but these do sell. It also has it's like that double-breasted in the front where it crisscrosses over. It's got these little buttons at the waist and a full skirt, very church lady type of dress with some 3/4 sleeves and a larger size, but this will probably sell for also pockets. Love the pockets. This will sell for maybe like $50 or so.
Nice.
How many more do you want me to do, babe?
However many you want.
Let me just do a couple more.
Okay.
Well, Katy probably will almost like one of these or two of these. She would have taken this. This is vintage, made in the USA. Got some granny core. Big. This is a large sweatshirt. This is actually extra large, pretty big size. And it has a teddy bear and a little puppy. And the puppy looks sad. So vintage, made in the USA, $50, $60. These are, let's see. Also vintage, made in the USA. This is nice. I love denim shirts, men's and women's. They always sell. This one has some embroidered detailing on it. This is actually really nice. I would wear this now. Denim chambray type of button front shirt. Probably $50, $60. Made in the USA. I always pick up denim. Denim anything is really nice. And denim shirts always sell well for me. And then this is a vintage Marlboro country store. Somebody smoked a lot of cigarettes. Vintage 1980s, made in Hong Kong. Also vintage men's. Other than the tag, there's no way. I was going to say there's no way to say that it's Marlboro, but it does have the little hang thing on the front of the shirt. Again, just
you call it Marlboro?
Marlboro. I would probably list this one pretty high. I'm not sure what they sell for because I haven't looked in a while. But it's like an outdoorsman sporty type of shirt. I don't know, maybe $75 or so.
Yeah.
And I'll just do two more. Not that one. That's kind of just granny. Let's see. There's this vintage terry cloth. I don't know what it is about vintage terry cloth, but vintage terry cloth, just about anything sells very well. This is Patricia Lee, made in the USA, Leigh. So vintage 80s. This is just a, vintage white terry cloth cover up or a shorter robe. Also has pockets, buttons all the way down the front. This would be a swim cover up or a hang around the house, lightweight type of robe. This will probably sell for $55, $65. That type of stuff always does.
Mm-hmm.
And then last that I'm going to show, and I did get two full boxes. This one, I'm not familiar with this brand, but the tag actually looks current, even though the style is vintage. So it's Violet, Vyleette. That looks like a very current, non-vintage tag. But the pattern is this whole cottagecore type of thing on a dress. It has a zipper up the back. It has these fluttery sleeves. And it is a maxi dress. So regardless of whether it's vintage or not, this is a good pattern, color, and style that is still something that would sell currently. I don't think it's vintage. It's fully lined, and it's just a real, like definitely cottagecore, that whole romantic cottagecore, and like the celery green here with the florals. So that's it.
Very nice. Very nice.
That is it. So it was some good stuff.
All right, and I have a little stack left, and then we'll go through it real quick, and then bring up the dog.
I was going to say, I'll go get her while you. No, I'm going to hold her down. I won't bring her up while you show your stuff.
Let me just show my stuff.
Okay, fine.
While you put your phone down and pay attention, just give me a little bit of time.
Yes, dear.
Give me a little bit of time.
Yes, dear.
The dog comes, it's all over. It's all over. I think you'll like some of the stuff I got here. Look at this, guys. Look at how amazing.
That's pretty sweet.
This shirt is. I think they laundered it. It smells very detergent-y. Single stitch all over. This is like a crazy, let's see what the tag is. This looks, this is probably 90s. Oh, that's very interesting. It's on a Brockham tag.
Is it?
Yeah. That's very weird. It's on a Brockham tag. So it's 90s. But
it's 90s, but God, that looks 80s.
It looks very Saved by the Bell, actually.
Yep. Is Deb watching? Where's Deb?
They were wearing a Bud Light t-shirt. But But I bought this for like $40. And also, look, you can see that it's the Bud Light itself is kind of puffy.
Oh yeah, it is. It's raised.
Yep. So amazing. But I'll list this for a couple hundred for sure.
A couple hundred. Did you hear that? A couple hundred for a t-shirt. And I'll list this for a couple hundred.
Well, look at it. It's amazing.
It is
okay,
amazing.
This is a really cool Christmas sweatshirt.
You better get this one listed fast.
I know. It candy cranes.
That's cute.
It's really cute. And then look at it's got like one of them has holly in its mouth. The other one has a little Santa hat. One has a little Christmas scarf.
That's cute.
Candy cranes. I think it's really cute.
So Michelle asked, do you all have a favorite color lifter? I don't know what you mean by that. I don't use anything to lift color.
Color lifter? I mean, if you're talking about like when something bleeds, if you just use those little, what are they called? The little dryers. They look like dryer sheets, but you put them in the color catcher. If you ever have something that's bled, either you washed it and it bled, or you bought it and it had bled, it was already like been washed. And you can at least try it with the color catcher and see if it'll lift up that, because that's basically what it does, is it lifts up the color.
Yeah. Gail's question is funny. Does a person who drinks Bud Light spend a couple hundred on a shirt? It's about the graphic, not about what it is. I think it's funny and accurate, but it could be somebody that has never even had Bud Light. They don't care.
So this one is dead stock 80s sweatshirt. It is, shall we call it, crispy, super crispy.
Crispy and crispy. Is it Christmassy? What is on
crispy?
There?
No, it's not Christmas.
It's just red.
It's a Popeye. But look at the graphic.
That's great.
What's going on there?
He's levitating.
I know, he's levitating her, and then you see look at his shadow is like this magician or something.
Yep.
But this is like very crispy, very, very new. It says, I am what I am. The am what I am, feel it, touch it, feel it.
Oh, it's raised too.
It's raised as
Puffy.
well. The date on it is like 87. Yeah, 87. Let's see what the tag is. This one's not even like a branded tag.
It's just a nothing tag. I love it.
But anyway, it's great size, awesome color, really just super cool, dead stock.
Another thing, you don't see a ton of Popeye stuff.
Yeah, so I paid like, I think $50 for this. I will probably I might even list this like 300. Not that I'm going to get 300, but to try to get like 200, because
I got to see. Are there Popeye sweatshirts?
Huh?
Is that a thing?
I don't know. I'm sure there's something.
I'm just curious. I want to see.
You just want an excuse to look at your phone. That's what I say.
Nope. I'm going to look and see if there are Popeye sweatshirts.
Speaking of sports stuff, look at this fantastic Joe Namath sweatshirt, Kansas City. It says Magic. What does it say on it? Magic.
Crazy.
Kansas City Chiefs. Great sweatshirt. I paid like $40 for this. Again, I got everything was half off for me. I got to go in a day. It was at least a day or two early before the actual sale. But usually if I come before a sale, they're getting ready for it. Justin's super cool, and he'll let me basically get to cherry pick all the sale stuff.
There are not.
But to be fair, they put out a lot of stuff after I leave too. So
most of the Popeye sweatshirts that are listed are not real vintage.
Yeah.
There's nothing like that. Most of them are the repros that somebody throws out to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can get good money for it.
Next up, I just have a few more things. Next up is the sweatshirt that I love. It's a hoodie sweatshirt for Yellowstone National Park. I love the national park stuff. I love all I love like the vintage travel stuff with like parks or nature tees, stuff like that. We went to Target yesterday to buy some Christmas stuff to kind of get some more decorations. And we were looking in the clothes area. And like I was looking at the t-shirts, and they had like these kind of, fake distressed, fake vintage, like nature tees that had like the kind of stuff that I sell that had like animals on them and stuff. It's just really interesting to see like when they catch on of what's popular and then they start making them.
We were talking about that yesterday. It's like
well, okay, that's what I'm saying right now.
No, I'm saying like
Target.
One of the things that Target did last year, and everybody made fun of this whole cottagecore thing. They had a whole bunch of dresses that looked like, they were from Little House on the Prairie, the whole cottagecore thing. But Target's buyers were on point because they put those out right at the beginning of lockdown and when COVID happened, and they literally hit the shelves in February, March, and April and that was exactly the aesthetic that was just taking off, and those things sold out everywhere. We all made fun of them. There were the pictures, there were the memes, all that kind of stuff, but that whole cottagecore thing is not going anywhere. And now right now the whole 90s aesthetic, like little ribbed half shirts with the Henley buttons on the top, and and overalls and oversized sweatshirts that are half shirts. That is exactly what Target is marketing right now. And the other thing is that whole granny core and cottage core look, as well as the 90s vintage aesthetic, is the hottest market right now. And I don't know who the new buyers are for soft lines in Target, but they've definitely mixed it up over the last few years, and they are on point. They are hitting the trends on point, as opposed to 3 or 4 seasons later. Everything that they're hitting is on point, and their stuff is going to sell out. It looks great. It's the stuff I would buy now, vintage to sell, that sells hot.
Yeah.
So
yeah. But yeah, so this yellow, I think it's a great graphic, and the fact that it's on a sweatshirt, a hoodie sweatshirt, is pretty cool. I paid like maybe $15 for this, but I'll probably list it actually for 100 because this stuff is selling well.
So Patique asked, Katie, when offering express shipping, how do you calculate the cost? She puts it as a flat rate.
Yeah, because I only sell shirts, like t-shirts and sweatshirts. Just about anything that I sell is going to be able to go in a padded flat rate. So I just have a stack of express padded flat rates, and I just use that, and I just charge $23 because that's about what it costs. So anyway, this I think is really, really cute. It's 1988 Mickey Mouse 60th birthday, and look at it's him shaking hands with
Steamboat
Willie. So it's just kind of a cute graphic.
His original self.
Yep. So you can see it's on the this Disney tag, but this is how you start to learn like your Disney tags too. Just look at something like this tag, and the sweatshirt says 1988. So in the 80s, they were using this tag right here, guys. All right, I got 2 things left. So UCLA, good thing I got another UCLA sweatshirt to sell, guys.
All right, that one's not as exciting.
It's not, but this one I'll still be able to sell for $100.
75 to 100, yeah.
Yep. And it's in
small.
Nice condition. It is small, but it's in pretty newish condition. You can see the tag right there. But yeah, I'll list all my UCLA stuff. Does really well. I like it. I like that graphic. All right, last one. This is my favorite thing that I picked up. Does anybody here remember the Tiny Toons cartoon?
Yes.
That was like, they only had, it was only around for a few seasons, but it started in like
it was right around the time with the Animaniacs were hot.
No, Animaniacs were hot a little bit after. I think. I mean, I was listening to that like middle or watching that like middle.
I wasn't watching any of it because I was too old, but they had.
Well, Animaniacs were super cool because they did like all the educational stuff. Like the Animaniacs has a much wider appeal to like older kids and older like adults and stuff, like in my opinion, because they had all the fun songs where they do like all the states and the capitals, and anyway, they were just super fun. But Tiny Toons was like 1990 to like 93.
I absolutely remember it.
Yeah. So, and it's a Looney Tunes, Warner Brothers, Amblin Studios kind of collab.
But they were the kids. It was the same time with Muppet Babies.
Yeah, but they were different characters.
All of that stuff. It was at the same time.
But yeah, so it's like, this is a really awesome all over print. The tag is pretty much faded. You can kind of see the tag, but not really. But it's all over print. You can see the okay. Hush your mouth now. You can see the copyright stuff right here. So this shirt actually was made after the show wasn't even being made anymore, but they were still putting stuff out.
This smells like detergent.
Yeah, I think it was washed.
Not dirty.
Yeah.
Usually I hate when she touches me with the dirty stuff. Look at it.
The back of it says bouncing to the tunes. But look how cute this shirt is. It's a nice big size.
I can see Ryan Roots wearing this.
Look at the little baby, because they're not like, that's not Bugs Bunny. They're like different characters, but look at the little mini Taz, whatever that guy's name is.
I don't know.
Cute little mini Taz.
Little purple Taz.
Yeah, but I love this. This one I paid up for. I paid like $100 for it. But I will definitely list this for like $300.
You need to put that one on Instagram and tag Ryan.
But yeah, but it's definitely a cool shirt. Yeah, that might actually be an okay size for him.
Ryan would wear that.
But fantastic colors. Love the design. Super cute. There's not a lot of Tiny Toon stuff on listed right now. So, and definitely not this exact shirt. So I think I could definitely charge up for it. But I love it. It's my favorite thing.
I think Ryan would wear that because he'll buy from other people and then wear it and then sell it and make his money back.
We'll see.
Looks like something he'd wear.
That's it for my stuff. Do you want to go get her or do you want me to go get her?
I'll go get her. I'm the closest.
You're going to go get her?
Yep.
All right. Anybody have any questions? There's new Animaniacs episodes.
There are. You're on Hulu.
That's fun. I need to go back and watch all the Animaniacs because they're just really fun and silly, but they're educational and they have great songs, great characters. I think it's such a fun show. I always really enjoyed it. So she's probably down there taking a little nippy nap, but you guys can see she's gained she's gained some more weight for sure. While at the same time, Luna has lost weight. We waited like 6 days ago and Luna had probably lost over a pound since we've had the baby, and now it's been another week. So tomorrow we think we're going to weigh her weekly, because the thing is Luna's definitely a little too chunky for her size. Chihuahua she is, and she's older now. She's like 9 years old. It's really not good for her joints. So it's been so great having this puppy because they play a lot. Like her activity level has like gone through the roof, and it's awesome because now she's losing weight. And she really probably should lose a couple more pounds for her to be in a better, more healthy weight. But she was so sedentary, right? So apparently we just needed to get her a puppy. And so we did. And here she is.
Here's Ripley. Oh, she sees Mama.
Hi.
Sorry, she wants to see you.
Hi, you. Hi, you. Oh, you want to see me? Oh, you want to see me? Oh, you want to see me? Hi, hi, hi. Oh, she's such a good baby. Anyway. All right, I'll turn her around.
Turn around so people can see her.
I'm trying. She's so squiggly right now. Was she napping?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She's real cute. She's got her crusty nap face on right now.
What's on your face?
Come on, can you mom her for a second here? Get the crusty stuff for her face. Anyway, yeah, she's definitely gained weight. She got her first bath yesterday, despite what her face looks right now.
She's had a bath before, but first with us.
But she's super cute. She's definitely highly active, but her and Luna play constantly, and they're loud. They are such loud players. It's crazy. They're like constantly screaming and barking and growling and just being nuts. You're being nuts. You're being crazy. Oh, thank you for the kisses. Thank you for the kisses.
She is noticeably bigger, huh?
Mm-hmm.
She's still under 4 pounds, but
yes, she's a cute baby.
We're hoping she doesn't get too much bigger.
See, she must have been napping because she's all snuggly right now.
Mm-hmm.
She's real cute.
Yep, big yawn. She didn't hate her bath, but she didn't love it.
She's officially, so she was born August 28th, so she's officially 3 months old today. She didn't like her bath, but she was okay. She tried to crawl out totally wet. She was very shivery and shaky, like when I was holding her in the towel afterwards. And then we introduced her to the concept of a blow dryer. And she was not into that, but luckily her fur dries very quickly. But she is such a cute little baby.
She's a good girl.
Yeah, she is. He's such a good girl. All right, so that's the show. Does anyone have any questions for Ripley?
Do you have any questions for your fans? You have to look at the camera.
She's not into it. She's so chill right now because she's been sleeping. Oh, she's yawned like 3 times since she's come up here.
Yep, this is nap time.
Yep. Anyway, that's it, guys. So that's it for this week's show. We are basically going to get back to working on the house stuff. I'm going to set up our Christmas village, which is a project. It's a bit of a project. What are you doing after this?
I've got 2 more trees to put out.
Yeah, you got 2 more trees. She gets along. So East Coast Thrifter wants to know if she gets along with Grizz. She gets along okay with Grizz. Grizz is a little bit more like would rather not be bugged by her constantly, because here's the thing: the older dogs can jump up on the couch. So literally every single time they get off the couch, they've got this one bouncing all around them and like wanting to get in their faces and nipping at them. And
she wants to play.
And Grizz occasionally will play with her, but she's still kind of like, yeah.
We call Grizz Grandma Grizz now because Grizz is like, knock it off, kids.
Yeah.
Knock it off.
I will say, I think Grizz is really good for her because there's been a couple of times where she's just too much and Luna doesn't know how to discipline, whereas Grizz will totally, I've watched her physically take Ripley and knock her down and hold her down and basically yell at her in her face like dogs do. So I do think that she needs that. She needs that older dog who's going to tell her, okay, you need to knock it off. Like, this is how you learn how to be respectful of other dogs and their boundaries. You got to be able to do that. So it's good for her.
Look at us with no thumbs down.
Well, that's because they don't allow thumbs down anymore.
Oh. Damn.
They don't show, or they allow
somebody's
them, but they don't show
somebody's gonna need a new hobby. I thought it was just because somebody's out of town this weekend, but
no. All right. So anyway, we're gonna go and get back to work. Oh, you are so cute. You are so cute. She's like the cutest right now. Anyway, we're gonna get back to work. I might need a little snicky snack. And then hopefully days in the future, I'm going to be able to get back to my real job here and get some more stuff listed, but
both of us,
I don't see it happening anytime soon. But enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody. And we will see you next week, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, all right. We'll see you.
Have a good week.
All right.
Bye.